What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to be talking about my latest purchase from Dior. This was a purchase that was actually done 2 days ago. This was my other purchases that have been done online. This purchase was done in store, and I actually did not buy this bottle. Well, me and my girl went half, right? So I'll tell you a story that this fragrance is not going to be the one. This is not going to be a fragrance that I'm going to sell. And smells really good. I don't remember liking it the first time I went to Dior and smelled it, or maybe I didn't even smell it. Actually, I think I did. I thought it was okay. I'm not too sure if I mentioned it in my last or my one of my Dior videos from a month ago. I'm not too sure, but I actually do kind of like it. My girl said it smells like coquito, which is a Puerto Rican drink for the holidays. It's kind of like a Puerto Rican eggnog, but she does not like that, but she really enjoyed the fragrance. So I actually, let me tell you the story of how we purchased this fragrance. So we were in Washington D.C., or we were staying in Arlington, traveling to Washington D.C. Kind of didn't know where to leave our car, just because Washington D.C. we didn't really want to drive around Washington D.C. or park anywhere, so we're just thinking we could leave it at like a TJ Maxx or whatever. But of course, I was in DC a few months ago, so I was like, we could probably just go to this mall, go around. There's a train station, then we could take the train station. Take the train to DC, do a few things in DC and come back. But then we saw that there's signs that say you can't leave the car there and walk out, which we were still going to the mall, but we also wanted to do other things with that. We didn't want to take the car with us, but anyways, we just. I was like, whatever. This was right when the mall opened, and I was like, I already brought her here. Let's go ahead and bring her up to Dior and Louis Vuitton. So, right, I already got bad intentions. So, I brought her up, where we went up to Dior. Every time I've gone to Dior, the people there have been great compared to Louis Vuitton. So, that's something that, if I'm going to spend, I'm not sure how close I think the fragrances are in pretty similar prices, but if I'm going to spend the money in store, I enjoy the customer service, or, the customer service is a nice part of the experience of buying the fragrance. But anyways, we were in DC. So, right, we went to Dior, inside Dior, smelled everything. I thought I was going to end up walking out with Tabacular. Which I did not, because obviously I ended up with this. So I'm spraying the fragrances, giving them to my girl. She smells them. She's really picky, so she's like, nah, fuck this one. So after a few of those, this one comes up. This was closer to the line at the end, and there's Tabacular, then there's Tabacular. There's Spice Blend and there's Tobacco next to it. So, towards the end, spray Spice Blend, and she loves it. Right. So, what does that mean for Tabacular? Tabacular means that there is no chance in hell that I am going to be able to buy this fragrance today. So, she smells it, loves it. Say it smells like coquito, but she likes the smell of it. She likes the smell of coquito, but she does not like the smell or the taste of it, right? So, anyways, the top notes on this fragrance are rum, ginger. Middle notes are pink pepper, cinnamon, black pepper, cloves, nutmeg, coriander. Base notes are bay leaf and woodsy notes. So, where it would be similar to coquito would be the cinnamon. Coquito is pretty cinnamon heavy, and some people do put rum in coquito. That's if you want to or not. So, anyways, so it does. To me, I get what she's saying. I don't think it really smells too close to that, but anyways, she so yeah, Tabacular is next. They went up next. She actually said she thought it was nice, but she preferred this one. Now, I've had her smell this sample of Tabacular. She's absolutely hated it every time, but smelling it on paper, she actually enjoys it. So, anyways, there's that. So I just don't know if she's like half a big fan of tobacco in some parts. She's not. I guess it just has to be done a similar way for her to enjoy it. But yeah, we couldn't put this one down. Like she could not put down the card. So anyways, we went, told the guy, thank you. We're gonna go check out Louis Vuitton though, just to see what we're gonna get. So, and the reason why we were going was because this was her Christmas gift to me. So she was just gonna buy it, and then that was my Christmas gift. Was just gonna put it under the tree, and that's what it was gonna be. But it changed. I'll tell you later on in the story. So we went to Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton was very crowded. So we went. They put us on some waiting list, I guess. But we just went to smell the fragrances. Nothing impressed her. So Imagination didn't impress her, which she really did enjoy the sample of. Ombre Nomad. We already know she hated it. But yeah, she didn't really enjoy any of the Louis Vuitton fragrances as much as she enjoyed Spice Blend. So we were there for Louis Vuitton for maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. Walked right out. Went over to Dior. Bought this fragrance. So why is it not my Christmas gift? Why is it not wrapped and under the tree? So I proposed that night. I proposed to her, so she is my fiance. And we decided to make it more of a memory. So she spent half and I gave her half the money. So now this is our fragrance, just tied with that memory of our proposal or the proposal. So that's why this fragrance has become, that's why it's not under a tree, right? So that's where we're at. But yeah, that's the story for this fragrance. We went to Washington, D.C. It was more of a weekend trip. I always planned to propose in New York City, but we don't really have the time with how much I work and how much she works. We just never have the time to go on a trip together. We just, by chance, had 3 days to spend together. So we drove down to Washington, D.C. and spent 3 days there and took the dog with us. So yeah, proposed that night. Proposed, if you guys want to know where I proposed on the Lincoln Memorial, the background of the Washington Monument with that long water, not really lake, it's more like the water fountain display in the middle. That's really long. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but that's where I did it. But yeah, so now I am engaged. We're engaged. And we got Spice Blend. So this was more like my treat. She says she's gonna wear it though, so there's gonna be a fragrance that me and her share, which there isn't really too many that we share at all. There actually isn't any. She uses her Aventus for her, and that's all she uses. Sometimes she uses By the Fireplace, or what's the other one she uses? There's another one that she has. I forgot the name of it, but she uses pretty much 3. Their main one right now is Aventus for her though, so she'll probably be using this bottle also. So you'll see the dent definitely get bigger. I'll let you guys know if she definitely uses it or not. But this might end up making the top 10 list, just because of the story behind it. I really do enjoy the fragrance. So I actually, when she was like in love with it, I'm like, I don't remember liking it that much. And then I smelled it. I'm like, okay, it's actually pretty good. Like maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe the last time I smelled it, I was just smelling a lot of things before. And then I smelled that one and it just didn't really impress me. But it does last really long. My camera's about to die, so hopefully it doesn't die while I finish this video. It does last really long. I wore it yesterday and I wore it for the proposal.